Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Huber begins now.
Good evening, everyone. It's been a horror day on the state's roads with 2 separate crashes. A 50-year-old woman has died and a teenager injured in a collision in the Huon Valley this afternoon. Authorities say their initial investigations have ruled out speed, drugs and alcohol.
This wreck of a car left mangled here on the side of the highway as emergency services swarm the scene of a road tragedy.
Sadly, upon attendance, we've located one female deceased at the scene.
Responding to the incident near the entrance to the waste transfer station between Huonville and Franklin just before midday.
There was a white sedan making a right-hand turn from the transfer station and it has pulled out in front of the blue utility which had a trailer which has been travelling in a southerly direction.
A teenager was also in the vehicle with the 50-year-old driver at the time.
There's also been a 14-year-old female who was a passenger in that car who was injured. She was subsequently taken to the Royal Hobart Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and, as I understand, is in a stable condition.
A 30-year-old male driver of the ute managed to walk away uninjured. Investigators remained on the scene here on this stretch of the Huon Highway for hours, trying to piece together what happened.
At this point in time, we don't believe that either speed or alcohol or drugs have played a factor in this crash.
Ruby Kamane, 7 Tasmania News.
Meanwhile, there's been another serious crash in Bridgenorth this afternoon. Police say one car failed to give way before an oncoming car slammed into its side door.
On Bridgenorth Road, a horror crash. 2 cars colliding, the consequences not promising for an elderly couple.
It's an extremely serious accident. We have grave concerns for their survival.
Police say the blue Corolla failed to give way at this intersection at 2:30 this afternoon.
And has been hit by the white four-wheel drive travelling up this way.
The heavy impact flipping the ute in front of a shocked witness.
Unfortunately, it would have been tragic for them as well to witness this accident.
The accident closing the road for a number of hours with traffic redirected. The young couple in the ute were taken to hospital for treatment. Police say they were lucky to escape without serious injuries.
Obviously a very late model vehicle, airbags.
The horrifying incident forcing a plea to motorists.
People are getting out and about more and want to move about the country, but we just plead for people to take care.
Garth Burley, 7 Tasmania News.
Bruny Island ferry commuters faced delays earlier today after the Mirrabina ferry collided with the wharf at Kettering. The incident causing disruption to services, but no one was injured. Owner Sealink says a replacement vessel was brought into service a short time later, apologising to commuters who experienced any inconvenience. Gone are the days when record players were a mainstream source of primetime entertainment, but vinyls still hold a special place in the hearts of many. That nostalgia seeing a major boost with a rise in record sales reported over the coronavirus lockdown.
It's the crackle of the record.
It's so much better than listening to a CD.
The elaborate album covers.
Whole kind of pictures and stuff of the band.
You get the artwork, the lyric sheets, all the inserts.
And the overall listening experience that makes vinyl addicts peel through box after box in search of a rare find.
I've been hanging out for Nick Mason from Pink Floyd for months and months and months.
From Moss to McCartney, Dragon and the rest, Launceston's Avenue Records has the lot. The owner says since the coronavirus lockdown began, there's been a big uptake in vinyl sales. Across the country, some stores have reported growth as big as 20%.
I realise we're luckier than most and we've bounced back pretty well.
Today, a few extra fans poured through the doors for Record Store Day.
I'm looking for old vinyls from probably about 1968 to 1978.
While wax is in demand, surprisingly, store owners say CDs are too, and they won't be taking them off the shelves anytime soon. And as streaming services dominate our eardrums, Purists are adamant there's a charm to vinyls that can't be replaced.
I find it's a better way to actually listen to music, to, sit down and enjoy it.
I'm an old analogue man, basically.
Garth Burley, 7 Tasmania News.
A Hobart mum of 7 has proudly taken out this year's Emerging Tasmanian Aboriginal Writers Award. Receiving the accolade by poet and Aboriginal elder Jim Everett, Loana Towney says she's honoured to receive the award for her fictional story based on historic events.
So it's a great opportunity for us to share our stories and to tell people that we are a living culture. We have great storytellers and artists in our community.
Loana's winning piece will be published in the next issue of Island magazine. A Hobart charity has put its own spin on the Tour de France, all for a good cause. Riders pedalling 100 kilometres to raise money for Hobart's 10 Lives Cat Centre.
We're looking to build a new building because we're in an old council depot buildings, and the amount of work we do, we're trying to raise funds for that building and just really expand the business, expand the organisation.
The cyclists will ride for at least 2 hours a day for the next 3 weeks. In the TSL, Glenorchy's finals hopes have received a boost, defeating Clarence this afternoon. In the other match today, recruits Will Poland and Adrian Kalkowski scarred in Lauderdale's 58-point win over North Hobart. At KG5, the Magpies kept their bitter rivals scoreless in the third quarter on their way to a vital win.
Sitting third heading into the weekend, Clarence had one eye on the finals, but bitter rivals Glenorchy would be no easy contest. The Magpies kicking 4-1 in the first term. This chase, tackle and eventual goal from Mitchell Rainbird summing up their desire. Clarence fighting back. A gift goal from back-to-back 50-metre penalties, inspiring them early in the second. In a seesawing quarter, both teams swapped the lead. Glenorchy in front at the main change by 15 points. The Magpies rebounding football off half-back shining in the third. The Roos kept scoreless as the margin blew out to 5 goals. 2 early goals in the fourth saw the Roos get within 16 points, setting up an interesting finish. The lead, however, too big to overcome. Ben Cameron and Jay Bowden sealing a crucial win for Glenorchy. At Skybus Oval, it was 4th versus 5th, with Lauderdale and North Hobart both in need of a win. The tension palpable early as the Southern Bombers started strong, leading by 13 points at the first change. They also dominated the second term, 4-1 giving Lauderdale a 34-point half-time lead. Demons coach Richard Robinson wouldn't have liked the start to the third term, conceding a goal within a minute of the quarter beginning. North Hobart were getting forward but couldn't break through the wall of red and black. A 3-1 term pushing the Bombers' lead out to 8 goals at three-quarter time. Lauderdale scoring the only major of the final term. Their desperation on show right to the end as they recorded a 10-goal win. John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
In the Tasmanian Netball League, Cripps Waratah have overcome a slow start to defeat Karana and cement their place in the top 4. Karana jumping out of the blocks early, leading by 4 goals at the first change. A 14-7 second term put Cripps back in the lead, which they extended through the third and fourth quarters, eventually recording a 51-34 win. In last night's other matches, the Arrows held off Kingston in a thriller, winning by just 1 goal, while in Launceston the Hawks had a 76-54 win over the Cavaliers. And in local soccer, an injury time goal saw ladder leaders Devonport Strikers draw 1-1 with Kingborough this afternoon. Kingborough took the lead in the 7th minute, Danny Cohen flicking the ball in from a free kick. Devonport came close to levelling in the 65th minute, but were denied by desperate defending. The Lions appeared to be heading for an upset win until Miles Bannard rescued a point for the Strikers in the dying stages. In the other match this afternoon, an 82-minute equaliser helped Riverside Olympic draw to 3-3 with Clarence.
Good evening. Hobart had the state's top temperature, a top of 19. 16 in Launceston, Burnie 17 degrees and slightly cooler in Devonport 14. Bushy Park also reached 19 today, 18 in St Helens and Friendly Beaches, 17 degrees in Grove and Smithton, Maria Island 15 and 13 in Lyweenie. Low-level cloud over the west of the state with high cloud streaming over the east. Low-level cloud moving to our west, a low pressure system over the western bight and another low can be seen over the Tasman Sea. Tomorrow, high pressure will move into the Tasman Sea. A cold front will cross Australia, South Australia rather, and approach Victoria and Tasmania. North to northwesterly winds 20 to 30 knots, increasing to 40 knots about the west in the morning. Swells to 5 metres in the west, up to 3 metres in the north and east. A severe weather warning for damaging northwesterly winds, a gale warning for all Tasmanian coastal waters, as well as Storm Bay, Frederick Henry and Norfolk Bays, the Channel and the Central Plateau Lakes. And a strong wind warning for all remaining southeast inshore waters and the southwest lakes. 20 and windy in Hobart tomorrow, 20 also in Ouse and Richmond. Launceston 17, showers developing, 16 and windy in Devonport and 15 in Deloraine. A top of 16 for Burnie, 16 and showers for Strawn and Curry 17. 18 and very windy in St Helens, very windy also in Swansea and Whitemark. On Monday, showers in the west, south and central areas, easing during the day, snow falling above 700 metres. Light showers in the west and north, mainly fine elsewhere on Tuesday for the first day of spring. And on Wednesday, showers developing over the west in the morning, extending statewide during the afternoon. Around the country tomorrow, mostly sunny and 22 in Perth, 34 and mostly sunny also in Darwin, Sydney 25 degrees, partly cloudy and 23 for Brisbane and 20 in Melbourne. And it's currently 16 degrees in Hobart, Launceston 12 and 11 degrees in Devonport. And that's all in weather for your Saturday night, Lou.
And that's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow. Good night.